Every werewolf movie, every cartoon, and every campfire tale shows this exact same haunting image tonight. A lone wolf, head tilted back, howling straight up at a glowing, enormous full moon. It might genuinely be one of the most iconic images found anywhere in nature. It's also almost entirely a complete and total fabrication born from pop culture. So what is a wolf really doing when it tilts its head back like this? By the end of this video, you'll never look at that famous image the same way again. This image is absolutely everywhere, printed across books, movies, tattoos, and countless company logos worldwide. A lone wolf silhouette howling upward at a massive, glowing full moon hanging overhead. Popular belief ties this striking image straight back to old werewolf mythology and ancient legend. Legend claims a rising full moon somehow triggers the werewolf's violent physical transformation each month. Most people simply assume real wild wolves howl more often during a full moon. It seems obvious enough on the surface. A brighter moon must surely mean louder, longer howls. That dramatic head tilt back posture only reinforces this widespread popular assumption even further. Visually, it genuinely looks like the wolf is deliberately aiming its howl straight toward the sky above. This idea feels ancient, deeply poetic, and undeniably cinematic to almost everyone who sees it. But wildlife biologists have spent decades quietly testing this exact popular belief out in the field. Their long-term field research tells a very different and far stranger story than expected. Scientists studying wild packs for years have found no real, meaningful correlation between wolves and the moon. There's only a small, indirect link to nights that simply happen to be brighter than usual. But that link is simply about improved visibility for hunting, not about the moon itself. So that dramatic head tilt honestly isn't aimed anywhere near the moon at all, ever. It's actually a purely acoustic choice, carefully engineered for one very specific practical purpose. Tilting the muzzle upward lets the powerful sound travel much farther across open ground. Without that upward tilt, the sound would simply muffle straight into the ground below it. A properly raised howl can travel roughly 10 miles across open, flat wilderness terrain. That's the real, purely mechanical reason behind that iconic and dramatic head tilt. It's simple engineering and physics at work here, not some silent, mystical moon worship ritual. So then why do wolves actually howl in the first place at all? First, howling works as a rally call, gathering the entire scattered pack back together. One single long howl can pull the whole scattered family back together in minutes. Second, a single howl can signal to the pack that it's finally time to hunt. Or it simply announces to everyone nearby that prey has already been successfully found. Third, howling defends the pack's entire territory from dangerous, hungry rival wolves nearby. It's essentially a loud broadcast that clearly says, this particular stretch of land is claimed. Fourth, howling helps a separated, lonely wolf successfully find its way back home again. A lost wolf calls out desperately into the night, and the pack calls right back instantly. Wolves even have distinct howl types, each one carrying its own specific practical meaning. Every single howl carries a clear, practical message, and never a quiet moon salute. Researchers can actually identify individual wolves just by the unique sound of their howl. So why do so many people still connect wolf howling directly with the moon then? The real answer simply comes down to honest observation bias, and absolutely nothing more. Wolves are simply most vocal at night, which is exactly when they're naturally most active. And the moon just happens to be clearly visible during that very same nighttime window. People simply linked two separate things that just happened to occur together quite often. Simple correlation was mistaken for direct causation, even far back in ancient human legends. It's worth noting that January's full moon is actually officially named the Wolf Moon. But that name likely exists simply because winter marks the start of wolf breeding season each year. Wolves simply howl more often in winter, and the moon is just a passive backdrop. It's simply timing overlap once again, and never any actual causation between the two. Nature rarely offers such a neat, poetic explanation, and this case is certainly no exception. The truth here is simpler, and honestly far more fascinating than the popular old myth. So then, where did this incredibly powerful myth actually first come from, historically speaking? The wolf and moon connection actually stretches back thousands of years across countless different cultures. Ancient Greek mythology linked wolves closely to the night, the wild and hidden mystery itself. Roman legends carried a very similar wolf and night symbolism throughout their own ancient stories. Norse mythology also tied wolves tightly to darkness, coming fate and eventual doom. Some Native American oral traditions tell of wolves singing sacred, powerful songs up into the sky. In these stories, wolves are even said to have sung the very moon into existence. Many ancient cultures across the world independently arrived at this exact same haunting symbol. These are beautiful, powerful stories, but remember, they are myth and folklore, never real biology. Interestingly, werewolves weren't always tied to a full moon at all throughout most of history. Early werewolf folklore actually had absolutely no full moon trigger written into it whatsoever back then. That specific detail was added centuries later, then popularized much further still by later writers. 20th century Gothic horror films firmly locked in this exact iconic connection for good, permanently. Hollywood simply needed one dramatic, unforgettable visual, and the glowing moon perfectly delivered it. Audiences saw it once on the big screen, and it never left our collective imagination since. That single image became permanently fused deep into our shared global pop culture memory, even though it was never actually based on any single piece of real wolf behavior. Gorgeous myth, built entirely on old folklore, pure coincidence, and clever movie marketing. Science simply took much longer to catch up with what Hollywood had already invented. And that gap is exactly how a myth becomes accepted as fact for generations. Folklore simply travels faster and sticks harder than any slow, careful scientific correction ever could. So let's finally set the entire record straight, once and for all right now. Wolves aren't howling at the moon, they're simply howling to communicate with their pack. That head tilt is pure physics, simply projecting sound as far as it possibly can travel. The moon is really just a nighttime backdrop, and nothing more meaningful than that at all. Next time you see that iconic image, you'll finally know the real truth hiding behind it. It's a beautiful myth, built entirely on coincidence and clever, unforgettable Hollywood filmmaking magic. Not biology at all, just brilliant storytelling passed quietly down through countless generations and centuries. Understanding the real science actually makes these magnificent animals even more impressive, not less. Did you already know this fact, or did that famous older myth get you too? Let us know your honest answer in the comment section down below right now. And stay close, because our very next wild animal myth is even bigger than this one.